What's up, guys? This is the Parker Eats a Sandwich Director's Commentary. I'm the director, and I'm here with...
Hi, I'm Parker.
Yeah, we got Parker. We're here, and we're gonna talk about Parker Eats a Sandwich and why it's so good and why. Fuck, that sounded way too vain, guys. I'm sorry.
Dude, it's too late, man. Just full send it. This is the greatest film in history. This beats anything from Kurosawa.
I'm not gonna lie. This starting to talk about the film actually. In particular, at the end of the intro sequence, I kind of wish I took that out. That kind of sucked, low key. I don't know. Anyways,
Dude,
Parker, how do you feel about this? That's you. Look how short your hair is compared to how it is now.
yeah, I started at it stapling rats into my head to get my hair longer, and it really worked. They've been ratatouilleing me nowadays.
I guess, yeah. I mean, I can't say it's not working. Your hair is definitely longer than it was in the video.
Yeah. It really worked. And, they finally learned to stop squeaking.
Yeah, now that you mentioned it, I haven't noticed the squeaks yet.
Yeah, they're really masters at this now. Not to say I'm I'm a rat hive mind anymore.
Yeah, so
But I have a favorite.
That bite right there, actually. I'm sorry. That bite right there, that was totally improvised.
Yeah, Colin wrote a great script that really allowed a lot of openness and character dialogue. Without dialogue, obviously, and I feel I really got into character. This guy. He's hungry, and may or may not be not allowed in certain states, but he's hungry for this state.
And that's just why I was so happy to work with Parker during the whole process. We had Parker really earned this part. There was really
yeah.
I think there was 500 other people applied.
Yeah, and I think honestly, in opposition with Parker, dude, all those Parkers really pulled it together and all delivered great acts. My favorite was Parker.
Parker, yeah, I remember Parker, and it was between you and it was between him, and then there was maybe 2 or 3 others. This was by maybe the 5th callback. It came down to them.
Yeah.
Little blooper right there. You could see the light when Parker bent over because we didn't think about that. That kind of.
Yeah,
He does it a couple times, but I think that's the first time you could really notice.
And I like to know we're at the final bite of the first half of the sandwich almost.
Many may just see this as a story about Parker eating a sandwich, but you could still see the 3-act structure. This is where the fight really begins for Parker.
No, this is right now we're just in the exposition part, really.
Mm-hmm,
we're just learning the world, learning who Parker is, while eating this first half, which takes place in the first 5 minutes of the entire movie. And
it does have a crazy first to second half ratio per sandwich. Technically this is the third sandwich.
Yeah.
Or this is the third half of a sandwich, I should say.
Yeah, I ate a full sandwich before this. This was about 30 minutes before.
Yeah.
And we did a take.
We did a take, and
He said I didn't eat too fast.
It was the pacing was all off. The camera angle was all off, and I'm we shouldn't have even began to start with.
Yeah, and I remember at the end of this take specifically, Colin, he was staring at me. He had a switchblade out, and he said, "This better be the best take we got," since he was about to rewatch it. Since it's different seeing it in person and on the camera. And he told me specifically, if this isn't good enough, I'm gonna cut you up and make you the sandwich.
Yeah. That second take, I love it now. I'm glad we stayed with it. Don't get me wrong, but right after it happened, I don't know. I just wasn't completely sold yet. So I had to see it first. I had to know I really had to think about it, and you know, the more we edited with the footage, the more I watched it. Yeah, I don't know if there could have been a better performance from Parker, you know, because at that point in the day, that would have been the third sandwich, and you know, I think that the story's labored. Don't get me wrong, but I don't want it to be like too labored, you know. I fear that would have lost some of the audience, you know.
Yeah, and to be honest, if I ate a third sandwich, I think I would have just like vomited on camera. Since of
And don't get me wrong, vomiting has its own merits.
yeah. Don't get me wrong, vomiting is art, but you know, for this type of film, mainly because of the poor sound man, he had the lav right at my throat. He heard the gurgles coming from below.
Yeah, dude, shout out sound guy. You thank you.
He really handled it with composure.
Yeah, like a true professional.
And yeah.
Yeah, so
Dude.
I'm running out of things to say about that's not true. I could,
You know, I'm remembering now, you know, those lights, how they were like straight up built into the walls of like, since this was shot in a prison
yeah,
in like Belgium, you know, like we were jumped, each of us individually on that Saturday by a black van with 3 armed soldiers.
yeah, just you know, we were in Belgium. We were in the Flanders side of Belgium, right? The northern half. And we were just discussing the script, you know, iron out any last questions before the shoot. And I guess the producer had a change in location he felt very strongly about, because we got the bags put over our head and we woke up and they're going, "Hey, it's time to shoot. It's time to shoot." And you know, in that situation, I didn't feel like we could really say no.
No, yeah. And I remember when I said, "Can you tell us where we are?" And they pointed a gun to my head and said, "You do not deserve that answer, you peasant." And I don't know how to take that. I just accepted it, you know. I was getting in character, so method acting.
At this point, like half the crew was in tears, right? Like they were scared for their lives.
Oh yeah, you know, they were cowering, you know.
Yeah, but you know, seeing the final product, I don't know if it could have been shot a different way.
No.
You'd still get the same result.
I'm glad we lost 2 members of our crew.
Yeah, you know, rest in peace and all, but
Yeah, rest in peace.
I think art-wise, your sacrifice was not in vain.
Yeah, thank you, Linus, and you know, thank you, Joel, for your sacrifices.
Yeah, I hope those royalties are making up for it.
Yeah, glad they could fix you up a little bit.
I feel like we're starting to enter the third act here. This is the true.
No, yeah, it's about when you see me just actually look.
You can feel with your eyes like the regret he's feeling right now. It hurts me a little bit watching it now.
It's mainly you could see it. Since there was a moment where I felt like I actually was going to vomit.
Yeah,
you could find that within the the scene.
I think partly that's what this film is about. You know, sort of edging towards the end there and just not letting it release.
Yeah, and you know, you know, I've been told a lot by people like out in the streets who've seen this, and they've been saying, "I'm so glad you really told this story. I felt so connected with your edging, and how strenuous it was for you truly to edge fully like that."
It's really a movie for the family. You know,
it's really personal.
Aspect.
Yeah. You know,
it's like a movie for the community,
and I feel like a lot of communities could connect to this piece. You know, don't want to get into that, but yeah.
Excuse me. So Parker, I was told after the fact that you were not a fan of the sandwich.
That is true. You could really tell it because of, yeah, right here you just see me hold. I think, yeah. Like I'm really just chewing and not doing anything about it.
Yeah. So the sandwich in question, it was in the script. We never had a choice in sandwich. It was in the script. We couldn't change the script. It didn't matter that you really can't tell what was on the sandwich. We couldn't change the script.
Yeah, he was very adamant about it, you know.
No, yeah, the producers were like, our hands were tied.
The producers.
Yeah.
You know, I had multiple discussions, but
and you know, I usually don't agree with creative decisions the producer makes. But what good director does, you know? But I feel like their choice in sandwich was really integral to the story too. So I don't know if it would have worked.
I really don't think that's really true. You know,
maybe you just don't understand it.
Maybe this producer, this producer can just learn.
Well,
that a sandwich is not as important as the actors.
You know, sometimes you show a script to the producers, and the producers are like, yeah, you can't change that. It's going to change too much of the story.
Sometimes the producers don't know about just the situation.
Sometimes you can't get the funding if the producers don't agree with the decision. So you just got to make compromises.
Sometimes, you could just ignore the producers, just lie to them.
Sometimes you can just stop complaining about it because it doesn't matter. You didn't throw up, okay? Calm down.
I think you should calm down. And now we're getting closer to the end. You could see this.
This is my favorite part.
You could see.
I almost cried when we were filming it because I knew we really struck something.
Yeah, and you really just see it in my eyes that are always tilted down to the sandwich. That's part of the point. Like, the sandwich represents so much and nothing at all. And you could see it that I was regretting every decision in my life. As you can see, I'm just looking at moving, and yeah, it was like Nam flashbacks almost.
Almost.
Yeah,
we're really getting down to the last couple bites here.
Yeah, and
I'm sorry, I'm just letting the film speak for itself right now.
Can't deny it. It's just, there's nothing else you could really say. But you could see me just sitting there, and yeah, I was truly just, I was actually, fun fact, I was seeing God, and God was talking to me, saying this was His will.
That explains a lot of what was said from you on set. You saying that clears up a lot for me.
And I don't know if I wanted to listen to God.
I hope that car didn't just get in it. Oh, that mayonnaise drop right there. I remember, yeah. Oh. This part's great. This is the last bite.
And
this is what I believe. I talked to some of the Academy judges after. This is what got you the Oscar right here.
Yeah, I remember that day. Yeah, I remember I got pulled to the side, backstage by Tom Cruise himself, and then he threatened me.
Unfortunately, it was tragically overshadowed by Will Ferrell slapping Chris Rock.
Yeah, obviously,
I'm still traumatized from it. It was such a painful experience, and I'm sorry for even bringing it up because I know now many of you are being reminded of the pain you felt that day when you saw Will Smith slap Chris Rock for calling his wife G.I. Jane.
Yeah, and I remember that slap. It's,
I remember where I was.
It was like the shot heard across the world, Mm-hmm. It was like...
It was the keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth. heard around the world.
You know, it was truly, 9/11 for me,
Mm-hmm. It was Gen Z's 9/11.
Yeah. And now it looks like I have eaten my last piece, or I split it in half. I don't quite remember.
I believe you still had a little bit of it in your hand right there.
Yeah, I was really just I this is exactly where I heard Soundman say the gurgling, the like rising, the the there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think this was the longest chew for me. Maybe not for like reality time's sake, but
it was for me too, because I knew the line was coming up, and I'm like, if we fuck up the line right here.
Oh yeah, me looking at my hands, I was just actually in disgust. Like you'd see them shaking. I was like,
damn, that was a really good sandwich.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
Yeah, goddamn right.
This was the director's commentary. I hope you at home got some more insight into the film. This is Colin.
This is Parker.
And we'll see you next time.
Yeah.